Hello everyone, this is Julie with Craft with Julie, and today we're going to create these 4 cards using the More Than Autumn stamp set and dies, so the bundle. And also the paper that we're going to be using is from the Nest of Winter Designer Series paper. If you do not have your cutting guide yet, you can request that just by simply signing up for my newsletter. In the description of the video, I send out the workshop guide of what we're going to be creating that month in an email. And it has a list of all the supplies we're using and also the cutting dimensions for all the projects. So last week we created a 12 by 12 scrapbook layout. If you missed that, you can go back and watch it. I'll put a link to it right here in the video. And next week we're going to do another layout. So today's the cards. Hopefully you have cut your papers. If not, pause this video and go do your die cutting and your straight cuts, and then come back and we'll put these cards together. All right, so let me flip over to the cards. Card number 1 is this one right here, Better Than Pumpkin Spice. Let me move these out of the way. And I have all of my pieces cut over here. All right, so our base is going to be crumb cake. So I just cut this at 4 1/4 by 11 and scored it in the center for our base. I love crumb cake. It is like my favorite color. It's almost like a craft paper, but not quite that brown. And you can get it in the 8 1/2 by 11 pack. That's what I did, and I just cut it in half and make card bases out of it. So I am loving this crumb cake. All right, and then you'll have your early espresso paper, or cardstock, sorry. And I ran it through my embosser. The Plaid pattern is this kind of a new embossing folder from, I don't even know what I got on here. Oh, it's a little glue. From Stampin' Up. It's a 3D embosser. Look how big this guy is. So you can really do some fun big pieces with that. So I just ran it through that, and you can see, and it's definitely 3D. It's got some good bumps on it. And then you'll want a circle, or I use the, let's see, what are they called? The nature, oh goodness. Spotlight on Nature dies. So I love this little pattern around the edge. I thought it was so cute, especially for pumpkin pie. It just kind of reminds me of the crust of a pie. And I need that little tool that gets all those little pieces out. So as I'm talking, I'm getting all the little extra pieces. So here's the nature, Spotlight on Nature dies. There are 2 sets. So it's like so many dies in this one set. Do you see all those different sizes and different patterns? So I've been using this a ton, and we're going to be using it on another card as well. So if you do not have, I'm just going to leave those. There we go. If you don't have this die, you can just do a circle or another die that you might have. And you'll want to cut out your pumpkin. There's another one that I definitely need that little tool that gets all those little pieces out. These die cuts are so like intricate. They're so fun. Okay, so you'll need your pumpkin cut out of pumpkin pie. You want your spice. I'm just gonna poke these out. There we go. Your spice cut out of Blackberry Bliss. And all of these colors are in that natural paper cardstock pack. So what I did was I just bought the cardstock family, like the combo, and then I designed all our projects around it. So hopefully it was easy to find all the papers you need. Then you'll want a little pumpkin pie and your little whip, and then some wild wheat ribbon, and we're also going to be using these faux glass dots for some accents on the cards. So I'm going to set those aside. And oh, the ink color is gray granite, and then also a black. I'm using intense black from Close to My Heart, but Memento is the equivalent in Stampin' Up! Land. So grab that, and then I think we'll have everything out and ready to create all the cards. So let's go ahead and start with the stamping. So I am going to lay these words down so I kind of know where I want to stamp the "you are the." Let me grab. The only thing, it's hard to see the words. You are It's really hard to see the words on here. Let's see. That's not it. No. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's the second one down next to the ampersand. So if that helps you find it. And I'm going to just put that on my block. And we're going to stamp the "you are the" in the gray granite. I got these little ink spots. A lot of them have come in card kits. There's also a ink spot bundle you can get, and that's where like the Real Red came from. So it's been kind of fun just to get a little taste of the Stampin' Up! Ink colors until I decide which ones I want to purchase the big one from, or of, I guess. And then To My is down here on the bottom. It'll be a little itty bitty block. And then To My next to it. All right, now we can stamp our pie, and that is right here. And I'm using the intense black ink because we are going to color it with ink, or with markers, sorry. Let me get my words. Okay. And I'm gonna line this up carefully. These stamps are a little bit different than Close to My Heart, so it's a little bit to get used to, but not too bad. All right. Now here's the fun thing. It took me a while to figure out where this little whip came from. I looked all over the stamps and I couldn't figure out, and then I realized that it is just the top of the big whip. So this little section up here on the whip fits perfectly on this little baby whip. So let me show you how to do that. I will probably bring in a little scratch piece in case I get more. So all you need to do is ink up this area right here. There's kind of a hard line there, if you can see that on your stamp. So it will go a little bit over, but no, now I can't see it, so I'm just gonna have to do it over here. And you can see it, it will line up with that little baby whip perfectly. I was like so excited when I figured that out. Look, now you have your little baby whip. Okay. I think that is all the stamping we need to do. So let me grab my instructions. I did indicate which colors we're going to be using. So the Stampin' Blend markers, I just got these, and I do have to say I am loving them. So we need the light pecan pie, not the dark. Let's see. There's pumpkin. Dark pumpkin pie and light pecan pie. There's pecan, and then here's the dark pumpkin. Okay. So let's go ahead and color that in real quick. And I'm going to go ahead and just use the brush part I'm not doing very much ink blending on this one. It's pretty straight up. You could color it in with the light first if you wanted to, and then blend them together. Okay, and then I'm going to use the tip, the like more bullet tip, to color in the crust. I have enjoyed the Stampin' Blends. The only thing I do miss, or that's different than the tri-blends, is that there aren't 3 shades. You only get the 2, and they're in different markers. So it's just a little different to get used to. All right, so now we can put this card together. So I am going to add, where did my adhesive go? Oh, here it is. It's hiding in my blocks. Okay. Now, if this was close to my heart cardstock and had the white core, I could distress that a little bit. Now, the fun fact is Stampin' Up! Is adopting the two-tone. So it just came out. You can get them in the little packs that match the paper collections. And it does have the white core, so and the two-tone. So they are adopting that from Close to My Heart. So it is coming. All right, let me grab some liquid glue. Oh, I didn't get my tweezers. That's what I'm missing. So sorry if that didn't make sense. Stampin' Up! Is coming out with two-tone white core paper like Close to My Heart. So you can get them in the packs that match the paper right now. Okay. Words are hard today, apparently. Okay, get that out. And this Blackberry Bliss is so good. I think I need like a shirt or a little blouse in this color. All right, you are the pumpkin to my spice. Now we're going to add our pumpkin, or our pumpkin pie. And I'm going to use Dimensionals. I still have some left over. These ones that I just cut the edge. So don't throw away your Dimensionals. This edge is perfect. And cut a couple more. Okay. And add that right underneath your spice. And then I'm going to add my little dollop right on top of the pie. So cute. Okay, so now for the accents. Let's grab these. I found these envelopes. I know I've probably talked about them a couple times on Amazon. They fit the little accents perfectly, and you can keep them like on their backing, and you can still see what they are. And I've really liked them. So I will put a link to those in the description of the video as well. Okay, let's add our little glass dot. I'm just going to use the orange for both. And then we can cut a little piece of this wild wheat ribbon. I'm just going to fold it over and then cut it. And grab a glue dot. And then tuck that right in underneath, oops, this circle. It just peeks out a little bit. If it's too long, you can just cut that down a little bit. I think I'm gonna cut this. So it's just a little bit shorter. Okay, there you go. There is card number 1. Isn't that so cute? I love the dimension. This little pumpkin pie just makes me so happy. All right, so let's move on to card number 2, which is this donut one right here. Nothing's better than donuts except maybe you. So again, I used that other half of the 8.5 by 11 crumb cake for my base. And I'm having this one open this way. So just a little bit different. Then you should have a white piece of paper. And then this pattern paper, look, there's birds on this side, but we're not going to use that side. A little strip for the donuts, and then we have 3 donuts we're going to stamp. So let's go ahead and add this piece to the center of the white, and then we'll know where to line up our words. Okay, so let's add that. There's about a 1/2 inch on the top and 1/2 inch on the bottom. And let's see, let's take some of these off. So nothing's better than, okay, that's the second one down. Oh, you probably can't even see what I'm pointing to. I'm sorry. Oh, that one's not gonna work. Hold on, there we go. One that's a little bit longer. And this one I'm using Toffee. This is close to my heart color. Is that what I'm using? No, I'm using Mocha. Sorry. I knew that one, it wasn't right when I looked at that color. Mocha. And Early Espresso in Stampin' Up! Would totally match that. So I'm just using my close to my heart colors until they run out. And then I will switch over to Stampin' Up! So we're going to do Nothing's Better Than. And then we're going to stamp Except Maybe You. Okay, and I'm just laying them on my mat, and then I pick them up just so they stay straight. And ink that up and do Except Maybe You. I'm just setting them off to the side so I can clean them later. And then we'll stamp Donuts. Donuts is the fancy word up here. The font on Donuts is so cute. Stamp that right there. Okay, and then we'll need to stamp our donuts. We're going to stamp them in the Intense Black or Memento, whichever you have. And we'll have 3 of these. Okay, and there is a right way to stamp these. You see there's like 2 little notches. So you just kind of need to line those up. So there we go. So that is how we line it up for the donut. So just keep that in mind when you're oh, I moved it. Stamping. Okay. There's one. I'll line that up again. It was so fun making all of these little scenes with these fun fall images. And they also have some like a candy cane and a little gingerbread man, so you can definitely use this into the Christmas season. Let me see. Hold on, I gotta get it right. There we go. Okay, all of our donuts, and let's set this aside for just a second, and we'll add this to our card base. the white doesn't go all the way to the edge. I left a little bit of a border just to do something a little different. Okay, and then we're going to add these donuts and then we'll color them in. How about that? So we'll put the one in the center and then we'll just kind of line them up along the, okay, leaving about 1/2 inch in between them. So now we can color these in. We're going to use the light pecan, pie, and ivory. So let's grab those. Here is the light pecan pie. And I want to say this is the ivory down here. There we go. So the pecan pie is going to be the actual donut, and then the ivory is going to be the frosting. It kind of reminded me of a maple bar, so that's kind of how I chose those colors. So let's go ahead and color these in. I'm using the bullet tip because it is a little bit of a tight spot to get those in. So I'm just lightly kind of dabbing it so it doesn't bleed outside of the lines. Oops, as I do that. It's so hard to color on videos. I get nervous and I don't know why, because you guys won't judge me, right? Or maybe you will, I'm sorry. I try really hard to color in the lines, but sometimes it doesn't quite happen. Okay. If you have the Stampin' Blends, put it in the comments and let me know if you like the Stampin' Blends or the Tri-Blends better. Let me know in the comments. They both have their pros and cons, obviously, but... Okay, let's grab this one. Yeah, this stamp set does require quite a bit of coloring, but it's so like therapeutic, don't you think? Okay, we got our donut part, and then I'm going to use the brush tip to color in our frosting. I love a good maple bar. The best, our local gas station actually carries Dunford donuts. I don't know if Dunford is like just a Utah thing or if it's outside of Utah. So if you know what a Dunford donut is, let me know if you're outside of Utah. But they carry them and they have the best. Oh, I need to do the inside. They have the very best maple. It's like a, what am I trying to say? It's like a cinnamon roll donut. And then they put a maple glaze on the top. It is like, you have to cut it in half because it's so big. You can't eat it in one sitting, but it's so good. I never, like when I was younger, I never wanted to try maple bar because the color of it just kind of grossed me out. I don't know why. And now maple is like one of my favorites. So it's kind of funny how things change when we grow up a little bit. Okay, so I need to bring in the pecan pie again. Here it is. So I forgot to do the little insides of the donut, and these are like teeny, teeny, teeny. So just barely tap that on there. I guess I don't need to do the center one because you won't be able to see it. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is dovetail the donut. So you just snip in the center and meet up from corner to corner for your dovetail. And we're going to do it on this side too. Okay, just like that. And then grab your dimensionals and add a couple on the back. And we'll just stick this right in the center. This one's pretty simple. There you go. Card number 2. All right, so card number 3. Oh my gosh, this one. I love it so much. I'm not like a coffee drinker. I love a hot cocoa, but look how cute this little cup is. It's so cute. Okay, so the pieces you'll need is Early Espresso as our base. Again, I grabbed that 8.5 by 11 pack, and I just have it with my 12 by 12 paper, and so I can use them for card bases. Makes it very handy. Okay, all my pieces. You'll have a white piece of cardstock. You'll have the pattern paper. And this I just grabbed this and it reminds me like of a chocolate bar. Now I have an idea. Your espresso run through the 3D foam, or the 3D embossing folder. You'll have a circle. This again is cut from the Spotlight of Nature dies. This one was kind of a different pattern. You'll have your whip and your cup and 2 leaves. Now you can leave the center in it so it looks like this, or you have the outline. So you can use those leaves in several different ways. I'm just using the outline today, so I'm going to take this out. But I've seen some really cute projects where they've left that in, and it just adds another dimension to those leaves. You have a little heart, and then this little polka dot pattern we're going to use right here on this cup. Okay, so let's go ahead and start the stamping. I have my whip already on my block, and we're going to stamp that in. I'm going to move these. There we go. The black ink. Add that right on the top. Okay. And then let's stamp our cup. I'm going to use this longer one. In this set, there's like marshmallows and straws and so many fun little things you can add to your cocoa or your coffee. Do you guys like the pumpkin spice lattes? They're like all the rage. I haven't tried one, but let me know in the comments if you are a pumpkin spice latte person or not. Okay. And then we're going to stamp this again, but on this piece right here, because we're going to cut it out and use that little center section. Okay, and then we have our heart, and we're going to stamp it in black as well. The heart is an outline, so you can color it in. I'll grab my little 1x1. So teeny. Or you can stamp it right on there if you want. But I thought it'd be fun to color this in red. Okay, it's like sticking to my mat. And I think the last thing we need is to stamp the hello in black ink. I'm just going to set this on here, kind of get an idea of where to put it. Move the heart. Grab our hello. And stamp that on the circle. All right, now I think we are ready to go. All right, a little bit of coloring. We're going to color the whip with the light gray granite. Let me grab that one. That's the dark. This one is the light. This little tray is actually from Close to My Heart. It goes with that big organizing thing. And I've been just using the little trays to keep my markers and things handy. Okay, so light gray. And we're just going to outline the whip. Just add a little bit of color. So not fill it in, just outline the lines. Add a little dimension to it. Okay. And then the heart is the Cajun, the light Cajun Craze. Here's the dark one, here's the light. Now, Cajun Craze doesn't like scream red to me, but it's a really nice red. I don't know why, I think it should be orange or something, I don't know. Actually, this one looks more orange. Yep, that's the one I used, okay. Maybe it's the lights. Color that in. And then let's cut this little section out right here. Ooh, I just got, these are Close to My Hearts, but I just got the Stampin' Up! Snips, I believe they're called. They are good. So if you need some good scissors and you're missing these micro tip ones from Close to My Heart, Stampin' Up's got you with those snips. They're pretty amazing. Nothing's better than a new pair of scissors, I think anyway. Okay, so we're going to add this to the center. So a little paper piecing. We're going to add the heart to our, oops, there we go. And then we can pop this up. And you'll want to leave a little bit of the sides so we can tuck those leaves in there. Okay. Add this right here. And we can add our whip. Need some more 3D foam. So it matches the cup. Just hang that over just a little bit. And then we can take our liquid glue and dab a little on the ends. And then tuck that in underneath. It's so cute. Again, if you missed last week's, we did a scrapbook layout. Next Thursday, we're going to do another scrapbook layout. And if you would like the workshop guide, just sign up for my newsletter in the description of the video, and I will send that to you in an email. All right. Okay, so what I want to do is actually tie this around this little part first. And I'm just going to do a knot, so nothing too fancy or too bulky, because if you want to mail this, you don't want too much bulk. Oh, come on, there we go. Wouldn't that be so cute to include like a little gift card to Starbucks or like a drink place? Like in Utah, we have all of these custom drink. I like to call them the Mormon bars, but sorry if that offends anyone. But they're just fun little drink places that you can get a customized drink like Diet Coke, and then you can get flavors in it, or Dr. Pepper. They're all the rage here in Utah. If you have them in your area, let me know, because there is like one on every corner. It's like a 7-Eleven on every corner here in Utah. All right, let's go ahead and add this. I used to frequent them, but I recently stopped drinking my Diet Coke. I had a Diet Coke every day, and I decided to cut that out because I just wasn't feeling very good, and I was always having headaches and stuff. Okay, so let's do our pattern paper. So I thought, well, maybe I'll try this and cut that out, and have actually felt better, unfortunately, because I really loved my Diet Coke. Okay, so we're just gonna add this. Get some nice glue on there, right across this bottom. Okay, and then we're going to add this little hello. And I think I'm going to pop it up with some dots, just to help it sit on top of that ribbon a little bit better. So I'm going to put some on the top and some on the bottom. Boy, this edge of the 3D foam, it's got come in handy for these cards. Oh, and I put them on the wrong side. Oh well. Just tuck that in there. And then we're going to add some of these dots. I believe I used, it's hard to tell. Oh, I used the yellow ones to match the ribbon. My other favorite tool from Stampin' Up! Is this one right here. Take your pick. Loving it. Okay, so we're going to add, oh, actually I did yellow. I don't know why I put the green one on there. I just said yellow, didn't I? Oops. Go back on there. I'll use you soon. Oh, it left the little dot. Okay, we'll fix that in a second. Okay, so let's grab our yellow and do a smaller one. And one right there, a little cluster of 3. Okay, I love this one. Okay, there you go. Card number 3, and then the last one. There's no coloring on this one, but we do have a little stamping. So grab your pieces. This one I just used a white. Again, 8.5 by 11, cut in half. We're going old school. Maybe someday Stampin' Up! Will have card bases and envelopes like Stamp or Close to My Heart, but for now I'm just making my own card bases. Okay, so this is let me flip my page so I can make sure I get all the names right. I'm still working on it, learning all the things. Okay, so this is pecan, and we're going to take the toffee and we're going to distress it a little bit. So you have your, look at your piece, and the one that's poking up the most goes right over top of it, just like this. And it looks a little harsh and dark right now, but it will settle down after it sinks in a little bit. We're just going to distress that, bring out those lines a little bit more. Again, it looks like a chocolate bar, so stay tuned. You might see a chocolate bar made with this embossing folder. Okay, Love You More Than. Grab that one. Oh, that one's not too long enough. Okay, we're gonna grab this one right here. And we're going to stamp it in Mocha. And do it kind of towards the left-hand side, but leave a little bit so we can dovetail. Okay. So we are going to dovetail this side. And then we're going to add the dots on the others. Okay, so we got that one. We have our pumpkin spice and then our little baby, oh goodness, blackberry. I don't know if I'll ever get these names, let's be honest. Maybe. Let's put our pattern paper. Again, this is the bird paper, but we're just using the patterns to create our fall, more of a fall look. And we're going to take this piece right here. Actually, let's add our wild wheat ribbon. So, hold on a second. Let's grab our glue dots. Oh, I really need to figure out, oh, they're there. Oh, that's not the one I wanted to use. Here's my, so take this and right here, put a glue dot on it, put it on the back, and bring it around and cut a little bit, just leaving maybe like a 1/2 inch. I need to get those new scissors. These ones are a little dull. And you'll do the same thing with the glue dot. And wrap that around. Okay, so now we have that. So now we can lay this on our card, kind of side or scowampus. And then we can make a bow. So I'm just gonna do a loop, go around, slip it in where my thumb is, and then pull it. And you can just mess around with how big you want it or how little. And I'm gonna clean that up a little bit. There we go. Okay, I'm not very good at bows, but. And then you can just add it to the top of that ribbon. Just like you tied it like that. There you go. Okay, so now we can add Love You More Than. I'm going to add that right underneath. Just have that peeking out a little bit. And then pumpkin and spice. My liquid glue. Now if you have those tweezers, they work great to hold these while you're gluing them. I just forgot mine in the other room. Okay. Pumpkin. And then spice. I think pumpkin spice is kind of controversial. Do you love pumpkin spice, or are you just, no thank you? It's definitely comes up as a topic sometimes. There's those that love it and those that don't love it so much. Okay, now we have our baby heart. I'm gonna find my itty bitty dimensionals, and I'm going to use those to pop this up next to our little spice. And then, like the other card, we're going to use dots to dot our eyes. Okay, let me grab my take your pick tool, and we're going to use the small ones. And just like that. And then I'm going to grab some small green ones and kind of do a dot dot on the end of that sentiment. I love you more than, oops, scooch that over. Pumpkin spice. Okay, so that is our fourth card. Okay, I'll bring them all in so you can see them all. What do you think? Which one is your favorite card? Put it in the comments which one you like the best. So I'll put them in order. So that's 1, 2, 3, or 4. There we go. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, I would love a thumbs up. Maybe leave me a comment. Let me know which your card is your favorite. And make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on future videos. Again, if you missed last week's, you can go back and check that out. And then join me next Thursday for another scrapbook layout with these collections. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.